Donald Trump speaking in Michigan this evening. Just wrapped up a few minutes ago. In a personal story segment tonight, we're pleased to have Sarah Palin, who, as everybody knows, ran for vice president in 2008 on a McCain ticket, and she also is in Michigan, Detroit, where she's working for Donald Trump. So do you have a prediction for us on Tuesday, Governor?
Well, if Trump wins, then America wins. And, I heard you speaking with guests a little bit earlier asking if the Trump momentum had stopped. And I'm thinking, you're not in Michigan then, because they are hot, hot, hot for Trump. And they here, desiring so much to be that comeback state, they understand that it's someone from the private sector who needs to get in there and shrink government and allow industry to really get revved up again. That's what these Michigan folks are looking for.
Well, the polls say Clinton's up by 5, but he's given it a big shot. And remember, I remember interviewing you 8 years ago, and you wanted to campaign in Michigan, but the McCain people said you could not, and of course the state went to Barack Obama. Do you feel, and are you willing to make a prediction, that Trump will carry Michigan this time around?
There's no reason why he wouldn't. There are these Reagan Democrats here, these blue-collar, hard-working Americans. Maybe they're registered Democrat, but they so want that positive change for their businesses, for that industry to be ushered in. And, speaking to people all day today, there is so much enthusiasm for that positive change. So, the polls, like I've said before, Bill, polls are only good for strippers and cross-country skiers. What matters, of course, is 2 days from now, the getting out the vote effort, making sure these Reagan Democrats and independent Michigan folks and Republicans
are you going to stay in Michigan?
Their vote.
Are you going to stay in Michigan to get out the vote there? Is that your assignment?
I think my assignment is I move to another locale tomorrow for a couple of events, and I don't know all that inside baseball stuff.
Well, you got to know where you're going.
About how the campaigns work. No, Bill,
no?
Believe it or not, you don't know where you're going sometimes. You go where
they suggest you go. Well, all right, you're a good soldier for them.
Or you go rogue.
Now think back 2 years ago, 48 hours before the vote. Did you think you and Senator McCain were going to win?
Well, I did, because I'm always optimistic. But I remember 2 days out, because I was sneaking phone calls out to conservative media markets, to you, to Hannity, because some of the campaign folks were thinking that we needed to really concentrate on trying to shore up some of a liberal vote, bring it on in, and we hadn't spoken a whole lot to conservative outlets. And I remember sneaking phone calls to you guys from a bus.
I don't really. I'm trying to think. We had you on a number of times on, it's like this, a straight interview, a play. I don't know whether I do remember a phone call. You called me like 3 in the morning or something.
Probably.
To wake me up.
Get your butt up and work.
Yeah, but this one with Trump, he's running a little bit ahead of what you guys were running, but he's still behind. According to polls. Are you saying you don't believe the polls? You don't think they're accurate? And if so, why?
Well, it depends on who the pollster is, of course.
But
and
we're doing the average. The average is about 2%.
Well, yeah, no. I just don't put a whole lot of faith in polls, and especially 2 days out. So many things change, And historically, we have seen great changes take place in a lot of elections at the last minute. And no, I think people are so ready for change that they know that to fix the corruption that is so rampant in our federal government, you don't elect those who did the corrupting. And we have such a clear choice in this election: someone who's been part of the problem, or someone who is bound and determined to work with us to fix the problem.
Do you know Hillary Clinton well? Have you spoken with her?
I have spoken with her husband. I have not spoken with Hillary.
You have never spoken to Hillary Clinton?
I think I've ever met her.
No?
I think I'd remember it if I did.
Okay. The gender gap is going toward her on the female side, the male side overwhelmingly for Donald Trump. Why?
Well, I would hope that women aren't buying into that shtick that's going on right now, a little bit of that, hey, vote for me just because I'm a gal. And, we've learned before to not base a vote based on, gender or any kind of difference, but really on what that person stands for. And no, I think the women of America, they too are wanting a cleaned up government just as much as the men are. Gender isn't an issue.
Again, the polling doesn't show that if Hillary Clinton doesn't win the women by 55%. Do you admire the fact that Hillary Clinton is running for president at all? Do you have any admiration for her?
I have admiration for anyone who has that tenacity, that drive to get out there and offer themselves up in the name of service to the American people. But no, not when it comes to Hillary specifically, no.
Do you think she's a corrupt woman?
Yeah, in a lot of ways she is.
So you agree with Donald Trump when he says crooked Hillary and she should be in jail, and you agree with all that she isn't an honest individual?
Two days out, Bill, I am not here to indict Hillary Clinton. She's going to do that herself. And I believe that many more things that will come to light, people are going to realize that, no, she shouldn't be our leader.
So you believe that come Election Day, only 2 days away, that light bulbs are going to go off and Trump's going to win big? Do you think he's going to win big?
I think he is, and I think America's going to win right along with him. He's going to allow us to make America great again.
All right, Governor, we appreciate you taking the time. We know you're busy.